So, ladies and gentlemen, my name is Sharon Whiteman, and I partner with Gary Knapp and Diana Hunter every week to be with each and every one of you, whether that's live or whether that's later down the track. I know Saturday mornings isn't perfect for everybody. Today, we're really privileged to have my friend and colleague, Rachel Davy. She always puts her hand up, and she's a whiz. I'm always amazed at what she produces and how she thinks and how she researches. And so we're very blessed. I'm going to be sitting back and learning along with each and every one who's here today and in the future. So now a little bit about Rachel. Rachel Davy with her husband, Michael, joined Manatech in 2018. Rachel trained as a registered nurse and midwife and has practiced for 27 years. She has a heart for people and a desire to see them avoid dis-ease. There's not a lot of talk about disease, are we? So this is dis-ease. With this desire, Rachel moved into primary practice where she thought through education and screening, through education and screening, she would see people avoid dis-ease. But what she found through screening was early detection and not prevention of dis-ease. Finding Manatech allowed Rachel to get one more step ahead of dis-ease. Learning healthy cells equals a healthy body. Rachel shared Manatech product range and went on to receive the 2018 Rookie of the Year Award for Business Development, spoke on our conference stage in 2019 and 2021, and received the Mike Forst Giving Spirit Award for her contributions to the community. She believes in the mission and purpose of Manatech and the business structure of network marketing, and she freely shares her knowledge and resources with the Manatech family of associates. She is an exemplary and giving leader who generously contributes to the whole Australasian Manatech community. She's a super organized trainer, a system developer, and her generous style, she's going to be system for, sharing her system and her advice for getting our mindset right, which is really important for wanting to achieve any goals, whether that's being consistent with your wellness or your business development. So Rachel, God bless you. Thank you for being here.
Thank you so much, Sharon, and Gary and Diana in her absence. But again, I thank you for this tool of Australasian Connect every Saturday morning. You are a real gift to our community, so thank you. So it's always good to be inspired by leaders who go ahead. So you two are definitely in that category. So I'm
just going to go off camera, if that's right.
It's okay if I share my screen with
yes,
you all.
Your co-host. Yes.
Okay, thank you.
All good
so
to go.
Do that now. All right. Oh, better get the right screen up. Lovely. Okay. Well, thank you everyone for tuning in, and I hope this is going to be valuable for you today. And I've called my presentation today, Making Mindful Motivation, because what I've found in my own life and in other people's lives is sometimes we can't keep the motivation up to actually be consistent in our business. So I have been going and looking over this topic for a long time, trying to work out what's the best way to help us all remain fully motivated in our businesses. Now, I know I do not have the whole answers here, but I've made a little indent into it, and I hope anything that I present to you today, you can take away and be of value for you. I touch on many topics here that are big topics, so it can't all be covered, and we won't find the answer in this presentation today, but we will cover some things, and I have an invitation for you to, and resources here to go and look for yourself later to see what you can make about making sure you've got the right mindset for motivation in your business. And also at the end, I have a little video that I'm going to play, and you're all welcome to have that video yourself if you see it's of value going forward. So what I'd like to do first of all is I didn't know how to title this slide, so I said, let me show you, let me remind you, let me inspire you, let me inform you. This is what I want to bring. And I've just got on, this is my little agenda for today, and I've got Richard Bliss Brooks' name at the top. So I've lent very heavily on all of his work for our presentation today. So first of all, I'll just introduce you to the man, and I know some of you know Mr. Rich Blissbrook, and he has been tied in with Manatech in a big way. If you go to our success system training, you'll find there's actually a whole tab within the Manatech system that is allocated to Richard's work for us. Quite commonly, we all hear about the book called The 4-Year Career, but the book I've been leaning on today is his other book called Mark II with Your Hair on Fire, The Art of Vision and Self-Motivation. So this is where we're going to go today. All right. But first of all, I want to just, show you, inspire you, inform you about Manatech. Now, Richard Brooks says in one of his books, lend your efforts and reputation to a company that honors your values and philosophies. And he says that in relation to people who generically are looking at network marketing, but they haven't chosen their company yet. And, for us that are in Manatech, there's many things that he recommends to look for in your company. And when I looked at this with my team, I actually said, oh my goodness, we all just fell into the right company, and the important things to know about a company, Manatech possesses them all. So I just want to remind you that you're in Manatech, and what you have is that we have an amazing company, which is called a legacy company. And what we have is products that are state of the art, top shelf, gold standard, researched and developed in our own labs, and this high level of science and development behind our products sets us apart. And so we have products that we love. Now, the business side of it is that we have, when you go and choose a network marketing company, it's good to choose a company that has consumable products. And so you have chosen a company to be a part of with your reputation and all your efforts that has a supplement that you actually take, and our customers and ourselves consume them every month. So therefore there's built in this, as we call it now, subscription process, or automatic order, or the requirement for people to order our products for every month. We also in Manatech have the opportunity for asset income, an opportunity where that what we put our efforts into today will actually be handed to the next generation in our family, or to whomever we want to choose to hand our business to or transfer our business to. So for those of people that actually have normal jobs, like me when I was a nurse, that I would work, all those hours and everything, and they'd give me, I work an hour, they'd give me my little bit of money. And then when I finish my career, the money just stops. All that effort that I put in and everything like that. But in Manatech, you can put all this effort in, and then when you work and build it up and create, you know what to do in Manatech, what we're required to do in Manatech. Put all that effort in for years, or even 4 years, and then you can stop working and hand it on to your family for generations to come. It's just amazing. And we've got Ray Robbins, who's I think literally the #1 associate in Manatech globally. And we know he's in his business, his son's in his business, and I'm almost interested to find out if there's nearly a 3rd generation working in Manatech. But then one day he will hand that down. His business will hand it down to his children's children. And that's having a company that has that built into it as well. It's a no-brainer that we're all here. The other thing is that Manatech has a great retention rate. Now, some of you on this call, you could just probably think how long you've been in Manatech and how long you've been taking the product. If that's not good retention rate, I'm not sure what it is. And retention rate is actually known as the holy grail of wealth building, because it's that ability to you and your customers, they're committed to their health and well-being, and they're committed to their purchases of these products to help them achieve that.
Rachel, can I jump
yeah,
in for a sec? Your control bar showing on the screen, which will pass on to the recording. I'm wondering, can you move it up? There's nothing I can do here. You know, the
Oh,
little says
the Zoom one.
that thing. Yeah, if you click probably
Oh,
somewhere, I don't know, and drag it up. No,
yep,
it's not.
drag it
Or
down.
maybe go on the 3 dots and see if it'll hide itself. There. Oh, now it's in the middle.
I don't think I can hide it. You think you should be able to hide it?
Hide floating meeting controls.
Oh, right.
See, it's about the 7th one down. Just down.
Oh, good.
There we go. Thank you. Apologies.
Good. Okay, no worries. You know, Manatech has an amazing track record. From her years that she has been established, there were some bumps in the road, but she managed them. And so therefore we're in a company that can take the hits and actually come out on top. And the other thing, of course, is that it's traded on the NASDAQ. So it's a transparent company that all of our systems and stocks and measures would be are visible to anybody. So, and the other thing that Manatech has is an honourable culture. So what we have here is something that you have chosen to put your efforts and your reputation to a company that honours your values and philosophies, and it's a very worthy company to be a part of. And so in having said that, I now want to take bring, hopefully to inspire, you know, hopefully to inform, hopefully to show you that what you now are involved in and what you yourself being here today on the call or listening to the call later have understood that other people haven't. And what I want to say there is you understand that the network marketing industry is another income stream for yourselves, but it is, you understand that there is the rat race and then there is where we are. And so there's 80 to 90% of the population out there are on the rat race where they give their time for money. So they work an hour, they get a dollar value back for that hour. And the whole world is doing that. You know, I'm one of 5 girls and my other 4 sisters are doing all of that. And when I try to explain what this is, they think they know what they're doing and they're working so hard. And then if you look at doctors, nurses, lawyers, they're all in the time for money model. And yet they're some of the most intelligent people in the world. Wouldn't you think that they would understand this? So there's a gift here for you that you actually understand what network marketing is about, that you're entering into a leveraged income opportunity where you and others do work to make a combined income for yourself. So don't underestimate that you actually understand this. This is really, you're really separated from the crowd if you understand network marketing and being a part of Manatech. So don't underestimate that. So what I want to do is hopefully some of that inspired you, that you're in a legacy company, that you understand something. There's an opportunity here that is no lid on income for, and there's no lid on the or end to the timeline of this for you and your family. You have to understand that you're part of something amazing. So let's put your efforts to it and your reputation to this honorable company. So I'm hoping that's inspiring you to look at your business again and see what we're going to be about. Now, my next slide. Oh, did we read that quote? You're never too young to launch your empire, and you are never too old to inspire someone to build theirs. So we are awake and can see what's going on financially here, and you're a part of it. So it's time. So I want to say, let's begin with the end in mind. You can either be building your ideal life or working to build someone else's. Someone's dream is being built either way. That was really challenging for me, but I want to bring this to you to go, it's time to build your dream. And Manatech is totally the vehicle for you to do that. Now, beginning with the end in mind, basically is is that we want to have a substantial income from Manatech. And, so let's look at, some people say you can conquer a mountain one step at a time. You can eat an elephant one step at a time. And so there's this one little steps there towards the bigger goal. And so what I want to do is I want to take you through, if we want to be established in income in Manatech, let's say at presidential level, then we need to, there's the end in mind, and we're going to reverse engineer that all the way back to the little step, the little bite, or the single daily actions that you need to take in order to conquer the mountain, eat the elephant, or become a presidential in Manatech. So let's look at the daily process. So Richard Brooke has said, success is falling in love with the process, the daily to-dos that propel you on your chosen path. And so in Manatech, we've been gifted with the daily to-do list, which is this one. And I know that you've probably all seen it in the library and things like that. But what Manatech, I use this tool all the time, because sometimes when I come into my office, I'm like, what am I to do? What am I to do? And I just open this up and there it is. It tells me what to do. So I'm just going to go through the daily to-dos in order to conquer Manatech, conquer your career in Manatech. And I always tell my team to start this list from the bottom. And so the first thing, let's start from the bottom, is to use your products or try a product. Okay, so we're going to be, obviously a product of the product ourselves in our own health journey. Then we can set up a new customer or service an existing one. So that's a daily activity. Show the plan, show the product, or follow up to people. That's business building. Make a minimum of 10 phone calls. I say 3 to 10 phone calls a day. If you're full-time, do it 10, 3 if you're part-time in your business. Make some phone calls, and they could be following to new prospects, to existing customers, existing associates. Add a new name to your names list. Well, we know about that. We listen to something motivational, read for 10 to 30 minutes, and now we're moving into the personal development side of things. Plan your calendar. Look at your daily to-do list or create your daily to-do list. And sometimes it's good to create tomorrow's at the end of the day you're in. Review your goals and dreams and look at some daily affirmations as well. So these activities, and as I said, we start from the bottom, is taking your products as paramount. And then the next set of sort of activities are the ones that are going to move your business forward. And then the next set, heading to the top of the list, are the ones that are going to grow you as a person. Now, Richard Brooke has an amazing podcast as well, and he actually speaks to a lot of successful people in network marketing, but they're also successful people as influencers. And he asks them, what was the thing that made you go to the next level in your network marketing business? And they all said the personal development journey. When they took that seriously, that's what they grew into, the person that they needed to be for the next level. So that's why I love with Manatech, they actually include this in the daily to-do list, that you're growing yourself as a person so that you can move to the next level as well. So Richard said, as I said, he said that you have to fall in love with the to-do list. I'll go back a slide there. Success is falling in love with the process, the daily to-dos that propel you on your chosen path. And so obviously we're here on this call talking about Manatech as a business, but you could actually fall in love with the daily to-dos of other areas in your life as well. And that's, taking that one step towards the thing. And so sometimes I'm moving on now to falling in love with that system, the daily to-dos. Some of the things on that list we actually don't love at the moment either. So therefore, how do we go about falling in love with it? Now, I just want to touch on the reticular activation system, which is a brilliant part of our biology. It's part of the brain, it's a physical thing, and it's incredibly powerful. Now, some examples of using the reticular activation system, what it's about, all of our senses in our body are taking in all information around us that's going on at the moment. All of it. It's all going in, but we only can process certain chunks of that at a time, and that's not many. So some examples of that, you know, our body at the moment can feel that you have a ring on your finger. So if you put that ring on your finger, for example, or that piece of jewelry, you wear it all the time. It's actually not telling you that it's there, but your body is feeling the metal, the coldness, the warmness of it, the pressure it's applying onto your body. Now, the way we know this is if you took a ring or a piece of jewelry off and put it on another finger, then all of a sudden it's quite uncomfortable, and you're actually getting information back that there's something on that finger that you haven't been used to before. So the rings that, or for example, that are on normal fingers, your body knows it's there, but it's not telling you every day that it's there. But when you move it to another one, it's telling you that it's there. So you can prove that the senses are always detecting. And so also, for example, and we've known this example, I know other people have shared it, that, for example, you are looking for a new car and you like an X Trail, and this an X Trail. And then all of a sudden you start seeing these cars everywhere, or you bought one, you go like, oh my goodness, there's X Trails around that you never actually noticed before. And what that is that you didn't actually have that as a priority. So remember, our body's taking in everything. Those X Trails were actually always there. They just weren't important to us. So we weren't being, our reticular activation system wasn't screening our environment for them. Now, all of a sudden we have one or we want one, it's important to us. And then all of a sudden our reticular activation system starts to screen that. And then all of a sudden we actually see them, but they're always there, you know. So, and that goes along with other things that, you know, if we tell our reticular activation system some things that are important to us, it'll screen the environment for us as well. And so that's where I'm going to move into the next bit of the training, where we're going to use this amazing system to our advantage, because it's actually working by default now. But now we can actually tell it what to look for, and it'll screen our environment for that. And it will give us opportunities. If we put what's valuable to us in front of us, it'll find those opportunities out there. Now, and this is a statement from Richard that actually brings it all together as well. Because I cry in a movie I know is not real, I can accomplish anything to which I set my heart's desire. And so what that means is that we sometimes go to movies and everything, and you know, we cry at a really, really sad part, and we know that that's an actor, and we know there's a full camera crew standing right in front of them, but we're crying because our subconscious mind can't tell the difference between what is real and what is a movie. And so therefore we can actually now tell our subconscious mind some things, and it's going to think that it's true and it's real. And that's where I really recommend that you go to Richard's books, Mark II with Your Hair on Fire, and in the 4-year career. He goes through this in much a more accomplished way that you'll understand more about that as well. So let's have a look at the next slide. So here we are, we've got our reticular activation system. And so we're going to now put some things up in front of it that can actually enable us, our reticular activation system, that physiological, biological part of ourselves. We're going to trick it a little bit to find what we want to do. Now, Richard in his book says there's 3 things that we can do, 3 vision things that we can do. He says here, just before I go off this slide, a vision without action is just a fantasy. So there's that action word as well. So the 3 vision things he talks about is that are powerful to this reticular activation system is a vision statement, a vision board, and a vision movie. Now, as we move through those three things, whatever you can accomplish is great, but they move up in level of effectiveness or powerfulness to affect that part of you. So a vision statement could be, this is mine. And I hold a Christian worldview. So this is my vision statement. I am a Proverbs 31 woman who has a home-based business to supplement my husband's income whilst being there for my children. And so having that statement written up, I've got it written everywhere on beautiful cards and things like that. That reminds me and tells my reticular activation system, this is what's important to me, this is what's valuable to me. And so therefore it's great. My environment is being screened with this lens, I suppose you would say. The next one is a vision board. So we're now adding just not the like reading words and auditory, we're actually adding some visuals in as well. So this is one of my vision boards. I've had one previously. And so here I'm able to see that I'm up for a challenge, a 4-year career with Manatech, that I want to dream big. And look, there's Dr. Nugent as well. My family is so important. Your home made easy. Oh, that sounds great. You know, these are my financial steps with the Dave Ramsey system. I want a new roof on our house. So, you know, there's things in here that I'm putting up in front of myself to go, these things are important to me. And it's interesting too that our brain is pretty lazy and it doesn't want to go the long way to get something. It'll actually work out the quickest way to get something. So it's very efficient when it wants to help you get what you want as well. And so the third vision thing was actually a vision movie. And so I have created a vision movie based on the daily to-do list. So, you know, we just went through the daily to-do list, take your supplements, you know, make calls, read, affirmations and things like that. So I'm going to play this for you. And this is a little movie that I have available for you as a link if you want to watch this as well, because what we're doing is we're putting up the daily activities in front of us so that we can, our environment will scan, we'll have awareness more, our environment will be scanned with these things, but it also will actually inspire you, motivate you to do them. I've written them as affirmations, so they're in the tense of the future, the tense of now or into the future. And so there's a whole lot of affirmation work in this area of self-motivation that I'm not touching on today. So I want you to sit back for the next sort of 3-5 minutes and just listen to this, read the words and see if it matches the to-do list as I've mentioned. And then we'll summarize at the end. All right, I'll play that for you now.
There's a secret to success everybody hopes to find. There's a key to the world, and it's mine, all mine.
Okay, so this is my last page, but self-motivation and success is falling in love with the daily process. So I hope I've actually been able to inspire something in you, continue to ignite a flame, um, reignite a flame, and know that Manatech is supporting you in every way with a to-do list, of how to, if you do your to-do list, you will become presidentials, and so I just want to hand it back to Sharon and Gary, and I'm happy to answer any questions if something didn't make any sense. But it was a bit harder one, Sharon, to try and bring this whole mindset to you in our time this morning.
Well, I think it was prophetic at the beginning, because you are a genius. It's the genius how you pull these concepts together and make it easy to understand, and the flow. It's amazing, Rachel. And I'll send you the chat, because there's just awesome gratitude and acknowledgement in the chat for you. So that is a good question, though. I mean, I think it is good to have short training so that people aren't having to commit a whole hour to lifting their skill sets and being inspired and being supported. Having said that, does anybody have any questions for Rachel? Just put it in the chat. Is there anything you'd like clarification or? I know someone messaged me about how you did the movie. What software?
It's called Mind Movie software. So you can just Google Mind Movie, but apparently in Richard Brooks says anybody with Apple products, there's iMovies. Apparently they're quite easy to make there as well. So and as I said, Sharon, I'll send the link for the Mind Movie that anybody can just, if you can attach it to the thing, that can just be there for anybody to download and watch, and put our business in front of ourselves.
Awesome.
Yeah.
If anybody, if I forget to put that in with the video when I upload it, just prompt me and I'll put it in the notes there on YouTube. So God bless you, Rachel. There's a question. Where do we get Richard's second book?
Yes, I think I saw Amazon there. Yes, you probably could get that. I ended up bringing a few in at a time because my book club, we've done the book together. So, and also Richard Bliss Brooks' website, personal website. I think I got it from there, his personal. So just Google Richard Bliss Brooks, and you'll be able to get his book as well. Yay.
So next week we have Karen Dennis. We're going to be talking everything product and terrain and why nutrition is needed. And I'm thinking that we should call it Nurses on Nutrition. So Rachel, we might drag you in there too. So God bless you, Rachel. Awesome training. And we'll see everybody next week with the product focus. It's going to be perfect for guests. So Rachel, how would you like to inspire them to invite for?
Absolutely. Do your checklist, inspire them, invite. We have a golden opportunity here that not many people have. And then we get to hand it to our children's children. This is mind-blowing stuff. So invite someone to the call, have them with you, have a coffee afterwards, let's make it lifestyle as well. Thanks,
Yeah,
Sharon.
I've got someone that's got quite a serious health situation, and she's been on Manipul and Ambertose for a couple months now, but I can feel her wavering at the financial investment. They're retirees, and so I'm going to be bringing her to that next week. So
Beautiful.
just think about who you could bless with Karen Dennis's work. She's an awesome trainer. So thank you again, Rachel, and we'll see everybody next week. Oh, where can you find the replays? There's links on the bottom of every email that gets sent out each week. So if you look at the bottom in the footer of the email that I send out, there's a link to the YouTube. And then I think I put the audio. Sometimes I get behind on the audios. There's a Dropbox link for people who prefer audios when they're doing walking or whatever. Thank you for the question. See you next week, everybody.
Bye for now.
Bye.